What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope y'all can hear me because I'm kind of moving around. I guess you could say this like a get ready with me while I get ready for work. So I'm not going to be too long because I got to hurry up and get out of here. That's why I'm not on camera. But I'll be on camera in a second. I'm still getting ready for work. But what I want to talk about is how to beat the narcissist at their own mind game. Because that's all it is a mind game. When the narcissist when they do these things to try to get a reaction out of you through another person, and this person may not be aware of the type of games they play, they pretty much just don't really pay them no mind. They don't know anything about the history y'all have. So they kind of use them as a middleman, you know, to play these games with, just to get a reaction out of you. So don't respond. That's the first thing you have to do to beat them at their own game. It's not to respond, not to give them a reaction, and not to explain yourself. Those are the three things they expect you to do. And they feel as though they have won someone on their team. And it can be a person who, like, you just expect to never, like, you may look at it when it comes to narcissists as a side thing, like, and then some people may look at it as, okay, I know that they operate a certain way, and this person don't know any better, they don't know what's going on, so I'm not going to hold that against them. So you don't expect them to take sides. But when you feel like this person is doing everything they can to kind of please the narcissist, to keep the peace, to show them that that I'm gonna go along with your game. Maybe it's time for you to even cut ties with them and do it quietly, just as you would the narcissist. Or you may need to set certain boundaries and don't have any expectations out of them because they will let you down just as well as a narcissist would. Because now they're at the point where they're trying to people please and make sure they keep them happy and at your expense. And while the narcissist is only using that person and don't really even care about them, they're waiting on you to give them a reaction, to respond, and to explain yourself. So that's why I say those are the three things you need not to do in order to beat them at their own mind game. And that's pretty much that's all I really wanted to talk about. Like I said, it's gonna be quick, but I'm still getting ready for work. Let's see. And I could give you a good example of that. It's when a narc, let's say, let's say you co-parent with a narcissist. That's a good example. You co-parent with the narcissist, or you work with someone, and both of y'all, you work in the same department that the narcissist kind of runs. They run a certain department, and you and this person has got acquainted, and you work really good together. You go to lunch together every day, and the narc, they notice that. So what they end up doing is trying to establish a close relationship with this person to get them in on their side, to think that they need to be careful with you, and just all this crazy stuff that they're going to come up with. The person might fall for it, and they might say, well, so far I had good experience with this person. We get along well. We work well together. There's no problems. But the narc, they may push the issue. They may punish the person for not believing them right away, or they may just give them some time and say, well, okay, I warned you. I'm just letting you know. And, you know, stuff like that, which is all a lie. Of course, they do that. They have to do that. That's a part of the game with them. And if the person just kind of like believe it, well, you know, that happens a lot too. And the narcissist will eventually even either win the game, or they'll see that everybody's not going to respond to them the way they expect them to. Still getting ready. I'm putting my shoes on, y'all. So that's just something to think about. Now, when it comes to co-parenting, the narcissists, the way they play these mind games with people is through their children. They use them as a way to, you know, get a reaction out of the other parent. Of course, they love to turn the children against the other parent. And they do it by saying certain things on social media. That's how they gain the crowd they need before they put on the show. They're very tactical. So that's just something to be mindful of. They're very tactical. They don't just gain support overnight. They slowly build the audience they need. And it helps them to uphold this false narrative that you're a horrible person. They use the children as a way to say, I told you how your mother, how your father was. And other people, they even know it. They can tell you. When it's like the people can't tell you no more than, you know, what the narcissist put in their ear. And they're dumbfounded because they're really just on the outside looking in. So it's like nobody can tell you anything. But those are type of games they're able to play when it comes to people who really don't understand how they operate. And that's understandable because everybody, like we all had to learn how they operate. We all had to learn. That's why we're on here, you know, looking for content like this to get better clarity. And sometimes we still try to get the answers we need to things that are confusing when it comes to the narcissist. You know, it's not always just one particular thing. It could be other things that they do. They could show you something new every day, and you thought you had it all figured out already. But trust and believe you're going to always be learning more and more about how they operate because they always have a different trick up their sleeve. And they don't care who it affects, they don't even care if it hurts them. That's just how grimy and desperate they are to have their way, to be in control of something. So when it comes to using people, you know, they love to use their children as a way to get to the X. And I'm telling you, I see it happen a lot. So, like I said, this was just a quick get ready with me, but I get ready for work. And hold on a second. Just want to turn off all the lights. Yeah, they are something else. Don't be surprised about anything. Question everything. And know that they just might be behind it. Never X that out. Never X out the fact that a possibility. Putting a little water in my dog bowl because her little bowl dry. She knocked out. Man, if it stormed last night and was thundering, Because where she lay, I know that she was scared. She is terrified of thunder. So if it's a thunderstorm last night, I didn't even know it. I was knocked out. And I could tell something from where she's laying at and on her little island. But I'm getting ready to get out of the door. Like I said, this is just a quick live about how not to respond to the narcissist. Mind games. Because that's what they waiting on you to do. They're waiting on their kids to take their side for the ultimate takedown of the ex, their mother or the father, whichever role you play with that narc. They're waiting to take them down, and they use the kids as an ally. And for what? Because one, it don't stick. They already know how the other parent is, unless they're just easily manipulated to see something that's not there. And that's really sad that they will go to those lengths to do so just to destroy someone who they can't control. Or to destroy someone, sometimes it's not because they can't control you, it's because you're not giving them the reaction they want from you for whatever reason. Like mine believe that I should just put on this fake, this play this, go along with this fake role like we're so close and everything is all cool between us, and it's not. And I much rather just kind of keep my distance like I've been doing so well, staying away from that person, setting the necessary boundaries. Because you still need to keep them boundaries in place. Um, did I turn off everything here? You still have to keep those boundaries in place, even though there's no relationship anymore. You still got to keep those boundaries in place. So just never keep your guard down and never let them get to the point to where they get a reaction out of you. That's what you don't want to do because you've come too far. You've been doing too good, and they know it. They see that, and that's really the only thing that matters. I didn't fix me no coffee this morning because I might leave and go get breakfast. Like we can leave. Oh goodness. My charger was about to fall in my bag. We could leave and go get breakfast. And I don't normally do that. Like y'all know I work for the school system. Of course school is out, but we're on a summer program for summer school or summer camp. And so we operate different from the regular school year, of course. And I'm gonna leave on after the breakfast break. And it depends on how I feel because I'm to the point where I don't even. So I might get some today and I might not. If I do get some coffee today, I might not get any more till what, Sunday. But I'm in the car now. What is going on with it? I'm heading to work and I'm gonna go ahead and end the live in a second. Oh, look at me connected to the car on StreamYard. Never done it. So, and and then another example of how the narcissist, like they use people to try to bring you down. They will start to treat this person who they barely even know to things. And now, check this out. They haven't been doing this with you. They haven't been able to hoover you, none of this. Because you blocked them from doing so. But they just pop out and start doing the most craziest things out of desperation to gain new supply. So now they treating this person to lunch, and then they're offering you like they talk to you like they know you so well. They may say things like, um, I know you probably want, the certain dish. And you looking at them like, please stop trying to play with me like you've been going to get me lunch. We don't talk. We haven't spoken 3 months because I stopped talking to you. I cut you off. But of course, they don't want the person to think that. And they know that you may not be paying them no mind enough to speak about it. So that kind of helps them to keep up this false narrative. And I know it may be frustrating because you like, ugh, like they never go away when you have to deal with them at work. They never go away. Hell, they never go away in your family. Um, and so the best way to respond to that, because they're asking you a direct question about something, is just to simply decline. No, thank you. You don't have to buy me any. You don't even have to say no, thank you. I brought my own lunch. Or no, thank you. Whatever. Just say no, thank you. I'm good or something like that. Because it's fake. And they know that they haven't been doing this certain thing, but they got to put on this act in front of this person because that's their way of just kind of, getting their hooks on to new supply in front of you. And they got to play it in a way to where they make it seem like y'all on a cool when they know y'all don't communicate. And that's because of you. You did the necessary work to cut all that off. And they can't handle it. So they don't want to seem like a loser in front of you. They always have to seem like they're in control in front of everybody. So again, it's all about the way you respond, react, and explain yourself. And you don't have to do none of that. Unless it's certain situations like I just explained. If they're offering you things, always decline. Turn them down before they could get it all out of their mouth. You know, just kill their expectations of thinking that, yeah, they could use this right quick to kind of get it in that way. No, you still don't got it. Yeah. So anybody got any questions? Feel free to. Well, I'm driving, so I can't even look at the comments of anybody on it right now. But if you catch the replay, just leave your thoughts down below. I'll get back when I can. I have real bad service at work, so if I get a chance to get in the area and check my phone, or I might just wait till I get back home later today. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. But I really hope this was helpful, you know, because they ain't no good, and they ain't gonna never change. It doesn't matter how much time been in between. People will still pop up at your job, and you wondering like, why are they sitting? Like they do some of the craziest things, and it's so random. Like, why are you sitting outside my job? Why? And if they keeping tabs on you, you may be thinking like, how do they know where you work? Because they're doing their research. They're keeping the tab open on you, and they're still following you. So all they got to do is click back on there, and it's still open. But if you've made changes in your life and you know your locations are unknown, it's hard for them to keep up with you. Which is still not an excuse for them to stalk you, pop up at your job. That's still not an excuse because you where you supposed to be. They're not. They're the ones who are out of place, out of desperation to just do their narky things. You know, if you catch a narcissist outside your job, do not give them a time a day to have a conversation because they're going to feel comfortable enough to keep coming by unannounced, to keep popping up on you. Then they're going to try to, just like I explained earlier, they're going to make the move to speak to your coworkers. And if this frustrates you and just kind of like make you look at them like, what are you doing? That's giving them a reaction. One, even though it's a normal reaction to the situation, they're going to start to tell the coworkers that all I ever wanted was peace. But I was just, they'll just lie about the reason why they popped up to this place. I was at the wrong place. I'm looking for a certain. They'll trust and believe they come up with anything to cover the real reason why they're you know they're at your job or wherever. They really stalking. It's not like they're gonna say that. They'll lie. Well, I'm here, to do a certain thing if it's a job, and they're an electrical person. They'll, I'm here. I thought I was at the right place. Things like that. Well, no, sir, it's right up the street. Oh, okay. Is that such and such? Is that Carrie in there? Carrie Washington? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's my ex. Yeah. Got two children together. They're going to go on and on talking to this stranger who don't have time. They do stuff like that. They can't let go. They cannot let go. And they do not give a care how it's going to make you look because that's what they want to do. They want to leave something on your mind, something that you got to sit with and be around all day. You got to listen to the shoes and everything that people have to say about your personal situation that they really don't even know about. They're only going on with the narcissist because you're private. You don't discuss these things with people. You don't even, no one knows about you. Nothing. They don't even know you have children, let alone, you know, a certain type of ex who just feels like they have the right, they're entitled to just pop up. No one knows this. And what they're going to try to do is make it seem like I come in peace. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be here at all. But they're going to be like, I come in peace. They got to put on an act, the voice. They got to suck people in through some quick story time about you. But remember, you're private. This is nobody's business. And they're putting people in your business. They have no right to do that. And what you do, you set more boundaries. You're gonna have to get stricter with the boundaries. Sometimes it's just like that. You go through life just constantly protecting yourself from these people because they will never do the right thing. You just gotta always expect the worst out of them. Don't let your guards down. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. And what may seem innocent and like not a big deal to other people is a big deal to you. And you're the only one that matters in this, and your peace. Never let anyone get too comfortable with the position they choose to have in your life if you don't want them there. Gotta think about it like that. I don't even want you here. So why are you doing the most? To be seen, to be heard. What's the purpose? That's the question everyone should ask. So what are you? But a lot of time people love the gossip and entertainment, and they're gonna sit there and take it all in. They may even use it if they got some type of they got something against you in the workplace, they'll use that against you. They'll bring that up and spread lies, rumors, and stuff that's not even true. You know, you really have to go through a lot dealing with people like that in certain ways. But see, luckily, with my job, if that was to happen, I don't have it to deal with too much longer because I'll be getting out soon with retirement. So y'all might hear this fire truck in a minute. Oh, they gone. So I don't have that to deal with. And I don't deal with it now. I tune it out. And on top of that, I'm going to leave y'all with this. This is one of the things you're going to have to learn to master. And that is not caring what people think about you. If you have these close friendship, acquaintance, whatever, wherever you are, and when this narc pops up and try to play these type of games to do the divide and conquer thing or whatever, we know how they act. You're gonna have to learn not to give a damn. You don't care. You don't care what they do, but you care what they do. But they also trust and believe they gonna move more careful than you think because they're trying to set that narrative and they gotta keep it in place. They can't lose their marbles because that's gonna make them look like the crazy one, when they're trying to make you look like the one with the problem. So you got to learn how to just not care what people think. That's the killer right there. That's the thing that's just gonna knock it all out. That's gonna blow it all up in their face. When you don't care, that's like the last resort. That's the last stop right there, and it's over. But a lot of people haven't got that ability yet, the ability yet to ignore and to just not care about things like that. If it's at a point where it affects your position at work, your livelihood, things like that, of course you got to set some things straight. But if it doesn't, you gotta know that that don't matter to me. I don't care what nobody say. Even him, even her. I don't care what nobody have to say. You know. Long as the cops not pulling up there trying to cuff you and put you in the back of that car, you don't care about none of that. Just keep it moving. Because you're dealing with some unstable great professional liars, manipulators, gaslighters. You deal with some really, really delusional individuals who will stop at nothing to get what they want. At whatever price they have to pay, even if they fall short. That's the sacrifice that they're willing to go through just to do something to harm you. You gotta think about it. If a person move like that, do you really want to entertain them? Is it even worth it? No. Especially if you got more to lose than them. And I'm pretty sure you got more to lose than them. And they know that. They'll take a loss, they'll take a hit just to say they got a reaction out of you. So never respond, never react, never explain yourself to the narcissist. And that was the whole live. I'm here at work now, so again, thank y'all for tuning in, and for the ones who catch the replay, leave your thoughts down below. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.